So we've been taught in the society that being in fear is just a normal thing. But this is the only construct where that is a belief system that the collective holds. And this construct, the programming of it is so deep that it's embedded in everything that we do, is some sort of fear-based belief. And so in order to step into your highest self, your most abundant self, you have to check your belief systems around fear. What is holding you back? And it's usually something that you feel could potentially happen that more than likely will not happen. But it's based on your conditionings. It's based on the way that you were brought up, your traumas. And so Source wants to remind you that fear, false evidence appearing real, it's not truly real. The mind makes up scenarios that contributes to the holding on to the belief system that there's something to be fearful of. Whether you're fearful of, there's fear of being judged, fear of doing the wrong thing, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of lack around, money, finances. There's so many different types of fears that trickle down to other belief systems, but the origin is typically around a fear of being unworthy and not being enough. And so as a soul, you don't hold any fear. You don't hold any fear of what's around the corner, what might be lurking in the shadows. You don't hold that. You hold nothing but love, light, abundance in all aspects. But when we come to Earth, we're taught to be fearful of just about everything. And we're taught that consequences are something negative and that you should be fearful to move through life in the way that is truly in alignment with you. And so this is a time where you get to shake that and release that and remove that, because all that's doing is holding you back. And Source is saying that this is not a time to be held back, but see, you're given choices, you're given opportunities, and you get to decide what works best for you. Do fear-based belief systems work well for you at this time? Or do they not? Why are you holding on to them? Where do they come from? Are you taking an inventory of the thoughts that you have, of the way that you speak to yourself? Because Source is saying that it's time for you to truly look at these things from an objective point of view and figure out, what is it that's holding you back? Because your most authentic self is needed. But if it's being clouded by fears, if it's being clouded by belief systems that are of the old version of you and are not of the highest version of you, your highest self, then it's not serving you. And you get to release them. But releasing them is a choice. Just like you chose to believe in the fears, you can choose to release them and let them go and tell yourself a different story. But it starts with believing that you are worthy of stepping into your most authentic self, not focused on how other people are going to perceive you, or fearful that things are not going to work out for you, or that you're not going to reach your highest timeline or reach the fulfillment that you desire in this life. See, that's all part of the conditioning of being a human. But when you realize that this is all conditioned and it's not truly accurate and it's not who you are, then you can begin to peel back those layers. But you first have to realize that that's not who you are. And so this is a reminder that your soul holds no fear, because fear in its essence is not real. But if you believe that it is, then it is for you. And what do we know about our subconscious mind? Your subconscious mind will continue to give you reasons, put things in your experience that will continue to show you that those fears are real, so that you can continue to hold on to that belief system. But if you're holding on to those belief systems, what you're going to do is you're going to attract more of those experiences. Because remember, your frequency is what you frequently see. Message. So what do you frequently want to see in your life? Do you want your life to be fear-based, or do you want it to be abundant? Because see, both cannot exist in the same place at the same time. It's either one or the other. It's either you're creating space for the fear and the lack and the worries, or you're creating space for the love, the excitement, the joy, the abundance, the fulfillment. It's up to you at the end of the day what you want your experience to be, but also keeping in mind that as the spiritual split continues to happen, as things continue to solidify, what you have decided to experience in your life is what you will continue to experience. And it'll just become more challenging to experience something different. Not that you won't be able to, but it'll just be more challenging. And I know that the collective that I'm speaking to, the soul that I'm communicating with right now, desires to be in a place of ease and flow. So that means that you got to check your shit. You got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay?